WRSR, Owasso, Flint. The following program has been pre-recorded and is paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc. Welcome to Discover Flint Township, a program showcasing our local community. Flint Township is ready for your next move. And now, your host, Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, Tracy Tucker.
Good morning. I'm Tracy Tucker, and this is Discover Flint Township, brought to you by Flint Township Economic Development Authorities, HAP, Financial Plus Credit Union, Shea Automotive Group, and the Fox 103.9. We are wide awake, and we hope you are too. This morning, we are speaking with Bridget Hollingsworth Stafford from HAP, and we will shine our business spotlight on an innovative technology company called Genatek Global. So we're going to our next segment, which is the business spotlight, where we will be featuring a local Flint Township business. And today we have Johnny Cooper from Genatek Global. Hi, Johnny. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Tracy.
Good. So I'm so happy you could join us today. But first off, why don't you introduce yourself and let everyone know what your role is at Genatek Global?
Okay. Yeah, I'm Johnny Cooper. I'm a Genesee County guy my whole life, and I'm the president of Genatek Global. We're trying to make Flint put it on the map.
Yeah. You know, I was introduced to your company a couple months back, but many of our listeners probably have never heard of you. So why don't you tell us how Genatek Global got started?
Yes. So we started the company actually in December of 2019. We started developing our product, which we'll get into in a moment. And Genatek Global is really focused on a pathogen prevention unit or device that allows people to easily walk through and
so you're fighting the COVID, as my family says.
That is correct. Yeah.
That's great. So how did you end up manufacturing the product in Flint Township with Signs by Craney? Because they're a sign company.
Craney Signs obviously is a well-known company in our area and a great history of building quality product. And I had the opportunity to meet with Dan Craney, and we looked at his operation, what he had for equipment and facilities that were available, and the expertise that they have. And it was just a natural fit. So.
That's great, because we're happy to have you here, and we're happy to have Dan Craney here from Signs by Craney. You invented this technology to aid businesses and schools, communities deal with COVID, and it's called the GT1000, right? What is that?
Well, the GT1000 is actually a product that we looked at from a design and engineering perspective. The footprint is designed in such a way, it's a 4x8 footprint, 7.5 foot tall, and it's designed to go in the entrances or vestibules of all facilities, restaurants, schools, office buildings, etc. And the concept is to have folks be able to easily step into that and check the temperature, the mask verification, smart hand sanitizer. That's a key critical thing. Okay. And be able to walk through our Magic Micro Mist, which is a HOCl solution that mists in the unit as you walk through. So
I appreciate you dumbing that down for me, because originally when I talked to Johnny, he sent me some information about this machine, and it had a lot of big words in it that, I'm not a super genius inventor guy like him. So he dumbed that down for me, and I'm so glad, because now he doesn't have to explain it twice to me. But that's great. So basically it takes a person's temperature. It checks to see if they have a mask. It has hand sanitizer people can use. And then you walk through a mist, and this is all done in the machine, and when you come out, you're COVID-free.
Yeah. So in so many words, yes, correct. So what we really wanted to try to do, and one of the things that we learned through the development of our unit, is we wanted to make sure that It's safe, quick, and easy, right? That's key critical. But following the CDC guidelines, as things were really developing, we wanted to understand what is the transfer method. So hand, touch,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Being on your person, whether it's carrying in a backpack or something like this.
Sure.
But also temperature is an indicator, and mask is a key critical thing. So what we have is an Android-based tablet that we have locked down, and we've developed software on that unit so that when you step up, it has full facial recognition. And one of the things that we learned is that we want folks to be able to walk up. We want to make sure we have that mask on. We want to be able to check that temperature immediately, all in seconds. And then the smart hand sanitizer is a key critical thing because that's a transfer, right? You know, I mean, the truth is 36% of people actually wash their hands after leaving the lavatory even, right? And these are facts. And as you look at germs being transferred, and now with COVID and others, right, we've got this mutant virus that is going to continue to develop, unfortunately, and probably a new norm. I mean, if reality is here.
Sure, especially in high trafficked places. So here's a question for you. I'm going to the Red Wings game and they have bought your product. This is a hypothetical. They've bought your product and they have it there where I go in and it takes my temperature and I have a temperature. Do alarm bells go off and sirens stop, or what happens, and how does it stop people from moving forward?
Well, so what we do today, and this is a very critical component, we have some customers that have asked us to put a buffer, some type of a gate in the unit, which we have designs for that. And, we also have designs to put metal detection in the entrance actually as well. But to answer your question specifically, today what we do is we show a red light on the unit so that the user knows I should seek medical attention, right?
Okay.
I've got a temperature.
So this can be customized to your customer, right?
Absolutely.
So what their needs are.
Need.
Okay. So what other products do you offer?
We have on the Genatek website, you'll see on Genatek Global, that's Genatek global.com. And what we have there is our GT500 product, which is a walk-through, sort of like a typical turnstile device, but it has our computer mounted on that. Again, our vision is when you walk into a facility, you have a clean building. When you walk through the GT1000 at the main entrance, when you get inside, temperatures could change. You could pick up germs, picking up something, right? So if you have that ability to, let's say, go from the entrance and now you're going into a classroom, you're coming back out and go into the cafeteria, wouldn't it be wise to be able to sanitize the hands and do a quick spot check on temperature and make sure that person has that mask on before they enter the cafeteria? And so these concepts are what we believe is of value.
Okay. So, that's so interesting. And I mean, this is a serious topic. So I want people to know as much as they can about it. What has been the practical application of this? How has the technology been used? Where have you been with it?
We've been in multiple states now. We've put units out in Arizona. We've got one of our really interesting things that we did as we were developing this. We ended up at an event in the state of Indiana. It was the only one that we know of in the state all last year that we had a full event. The promoter was working. He had 5 times with the state. He got canceled on permits. They would not allow the event to go off. And with the GT1000, and Hannah in marketing was working with the promoter, and they ended up putting a plan together, demonstrated our product, the GT1000, and the event promoter, the state of Indiana, the health department wanted to see how this would go. And through that, we ended up, the gentleman got his permits. We ended up attending the event with 2 of our GT1000s, and the great thing is we put 10,300 people through those 2 booths in 2 days of this event. Our product worked flawlessly. We learned a lot. We had 14 people that were suspect with temperature that the event promoter refunded their money and asked them, and they were fine with it. Everybody was fine with that finding. And it was great. And what we found out at the end is the health department, working with the health department, we did a follow-up. The plan was 2 weeks after they were going to record all, and expecting to see some COVID uptake. And believe it or not, zero. We had zero after 2 weeks from that event, recorded from that event, 10,300 people.
That's awesome. So that would be a good tool to help get the schools back up. Maybe you should call Lori Lightfoot in Chicago.
Yeah.
Maybe they would purchase some of these and get their schools back on. But yeah,
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
So what does the future look like for your company?
Well, right now we're working diligently with a few potential customers and clients. We've got some states, so we're looking at some governmental buildings. We've got some school districts. We're working on a new bus solution. We feel that's very critical, right, to the children and people getting in mass transit and other. So we have a very interesting product for that would be absolutely awesome for mass transit and in the school bus.
That's awesome. So if somebody's interested in your product, they need solutions. How do they get a hold of you?
Well, quickly, you can go to Genatek Global, as I said, Genatek Global.com, and our numbers and contact information, email is there. We have, a few different methodologies on the website. You can get a hold of us right away.
Yeah, through Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. You have it all. I'm sure you do because his marketing person, Hannah, is very diligent. And I want to bring up something because I know that you've been meeting with agencies. I actually got to see a demonstration of this product at Science by Craney, and I know Senator Anadick was there, and Representative Cherry, John Cherry Jr. was there. And then I know that they're having representatives from Governor Whitmer's office that have attended meetings. So I think that's great that they're being forward thinking and looking at this stuff. So, and I know you're working on that. So
that is correct. Yes. And we, as you mentioned, we were just over at the Capitol last week. So,
that's awesome.
And I think that we're starting to make some traction, and I hope really it's about prevention, right? People need to understand it's great that there's a shot, a solution for vaccine potentially for folks, but as we go through the multiple variations of the mutant virus that keeps popping up, right? I mean, we don't know what that means to us. And really, it is even just about the common cold. I mean, our device helps in this situation, right?
Sure. It gets rid of all the pathogens.
All pathogens.
Or germs, whatever you want to call them. So, I want to thank you for coming in, and it was genatekglobal.com. And we just love having companies like you look at our area and start manufacturing stuff here. So that's great. We like having you here. And bringing up new companies and the like that are here, I want to remind everybody that Jersey Mike's is coming. I just saw their sign go up. And they're going to be right next to the Smoothie King at the corner of Linden and Miller, because I think I said it was going in the wrong spot last time I talked to y'all. So just a reminder, it's going by the Smoothie King. And then American Freight, a new furniture store, has went in next to Ollie's in the old Gander Mountain Plaza near Linden and Miller. Lots of exciting things going on. They just had their grand opening on the 12th of February, so you can go on their Facebook page, American Freight Flint, and we're excited to have them here as well. So I've got a few minutes left. Well, my trusty sidekick Rusty tells me I don't have a few minutes. I have 2 minutes, so he's telling me to stop being so long-winded. But I wanted to let people know too. I got a call the other day. ServPro is moving on to their new location on London Road, and their building is now up for sale. It's 12,000 square feet of warehousing and office space on Commerce Drive. And if you're looking for a building like that, give me a call, Tracy Tucker. You can get a hold of me at ttucker@flinttownship.org, or you can call my number at 810-600-3234. So I'm going to wrap this up. And I would like to remind our listeners, if you have any questions for us, please email us at discoverflinttownship@gmail.com or visit our Facebook at Flint Township Events. You can find all of our shows on our YouTube channel, and that's Discover Flint Township. Or if you'd like information on available properties, like I just mentioned, or any other information about Flint Township, you can visit our web pages, discoverflinttownship.com or flinttownship.org. I would once again like to thank everyone for listening today, and our thanks to Bridget and Johnny. Thanks for coming. It's been fun. And thanks to our partners, HAP, Shea Automotive Group, Financial Plus Credit Union, and the Fox 103.9. Discover Flint Township with us next Sunday with our special guests from Shea Automotive Group and Gaines Jewelry. This is Tracy Tucker, and I would like to remind everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. We'll see you next week.
This has been Discover Flint Township with Tracy Tucker. For more information, visit discoverflinttownship.com. Flint Township is ready for your next move. The preceding program was pre-recorded and was paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc.